Hello and welcome to Pure Guidance Tarot. Thank you for tuning in to our August 2018 reading for our Authentic Aries. So Aries, let's get this reading started. I've already meditated on your energy and the cards are pre-shuffled. Wow, okay. So it looks like we're starting off with a 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands generally indicates a lot of pressure and burden because of what's happening all around you. Not necessarily because of what's happening in your mind, but it's just there's a lot that you might have been dealing with. Makes sense. We have, eclipses going on, had a lot of planets in retrograde, perhaps Cancer season. For some of you, just had a lot happening in it. For those of you who tuned into your last month's reading, it was a pretty awesome reading, wasn't it? The only thing is that sometimes too much, when it happens all at once, it just overwhelms you, right? And that's what the 10 of Wands here is indicating. So let's see how we're going to get past that. Let's see what else is happening here in the cards for you. We're entering Leo season, meaning fixed energy. And that's good for those of you being Aries, your cardinal sign. If you initiated something during the Cancer season, then the Leo season is the time period for you to truly stabilize those things and maintain what you started. Okay, if it was a project or something new that you've begun in the month of July, or we do seasons, right? So Cancer season. If you began something, this is the time to keep it going, to remain eager and optimistic about it, and have that positive attitude that you can do anything, right? You really can, and the time is here. Leo is a fire sign. You are a fire sign. So that energy within you, if it's this eager and excited to get it going, then maintain it. It looks like it wants to. You want to overcome battle. You want to overcome any challenges that may have been present. And, problem solve. Page of Swords is also about problem solving, being very aware of what's happening, as well as being good about getting to the bottom of things and then moving forward. All right, quite a few cards fell out. As I've already mentioned, the cards are pre-shuffled. So if they fall out in a bunch, it's just a bunch of messages heading your way. So let's take a look. What do we have here? Under the deck, 3 of Swords. Okay, 3 of Swords is a card of heartbreak. So there is internal hurt and pain around something. And perhaps some of you, if it's a relationship you're dealing with, or a loss of something, could have been a job, something that happened during this eclipse season, right? Lots happening. So whatever it was that was perhaps taken away, or didn't necessarily turn in your favor, or someone who you really trusted, but they necessarily didn't live up to that trust that you had for them. Those things are now requiring attention with the Page of Swords. And perhaps that is what's hurting internally too. And yeah, 2 of Swords. So there's just confusion around that topic. Confusion around like, wow, I really did expect this. Why didn't it happen? Right? Under the deck cards, for those of you who don't know, they generally reveal more about the subconscious mind. They reveal things that are happening in the background that perhaps we may not be aware of. So it gives more depth towards the reading. But we usually come to that later. We talk more about it in the extended reading, which is up for purchase. For now, let us continue and take a look at which cards we have here. So we have 8 of Wands, another page. Okay, Page of Wands, 8 of Swords, Ace of Wands, and then Hanged Man. Okay, so let's take in this energy. So one message that's really coming across is 8 of Wands. So if it doesn't resonate as either a relationship or a project for you that's been really burdening you on the inside, like you really want to do this. For others, it might have been to do with a move that you want to make. Okay, Eight of Wands is generally about wanting to move away, and because it's showing up here in August for you, and also notice the number 8, right? Notice the number 8. This might be the month where you get to do this. This might be the month for you that things are now opening up. Opportunities are coming your way, with the Page of Wands also showing up in your reading, which is suggesting that people might be communicating new opportunities to you. Good news might be headed your way, and it's becoming more clear that now you can leave the past behind. You can overcome whatever you've been dealing with, right? You can overcome this Ten of Wands. There's been a lot to do, okay? And if you haven't felt this yet, you're probably going to feel it in the beginning of August. That there is a lot to do, a lot that you need to take care of before you can then move forward with things, right? Something is coming to an end with the 10. 10s are about completion. They're about endings. They're also about closure. And that's where you're getting here as we begin August. Okay, something's coming to an end, and clearly it's really important to you. It's been in the back of your mind, and perhaps it's been hurting because you hadn't received those answers just as yet. So with the Eight of Wands showing up in your reading, it's really exciting because it indicates that now you can finally move forward with this. Eight of Wands is a card of great news, as I've already mentioned, but as well as journeys. So some of you might be making a trip, finally getting away from something, leaving that past trouble behind, as I've mentioned. And if it's not literal travel, it could be just moving between jobs, careers, where you're living, perhaps moving apartment, home, buying a new home. And not just that, but the fact that there's Eight of Swords beside the Page of Wands, it indicates for some of you, like, it's been a while since you've wanted to make this happen. And so it's going to be a really nice, welcomed change for you. Okay? It's a welcome change that you're finally able to move past problems. You're able to move past problems and whatever has caused stress or anxiety. You're able to find that closure in things and then begin something new, something exciting. There is this beautiful Ace of Wands here in the reading for you. Means lots of potential for things to happen, potential of a new journey, a new beginning. Perhaps you are now finishing one project, could be project 2, right? In terms of work, school, closing something, but now it's time to focus on something new. Now it's time to focus your energy, your heart, whatever you're passionate about, to bring it into existence with this Ace of Wands. Notice all the fire energy as well as the air energy present here in the reading for you. Truly, your energy wanting to come out into the open. Lots of power behind this Ace of Wands. It's a very powerful card. It's as though you're being handed this wand and being said, or offered, you're being offered that, okay, go ahead, take it, do whatever you wish to do with it. It truly is a spark of inspiration that the Page of Wands first brings into your reading, right? This could serve as a person, it could serve as an idea that comes your way and opens up your eyes that, okay, like, I kind of want to try this out now. This seems really exciting. It's about turning those dreams into reality, but more so this month looks to be action-oriented, as well as there is that mental part of it. The frustration needs to subside, and it will. That's what the cards are indicating. And not just that, but you're able to step out and see the world with new eyes, with the Hanged Man energy. The Hanged Man is a card that has a lot of meanings, but with this reading, it truly is coming across as a new world view, a new perspective on things, a new outlook towards your approach to problems or issues or how you handle things. Okay, it's trying a new approach in life. That's what August is about. Trying out something new, a new approach to how you're problem solving with this, whatever this might be. And then making that decision to move past. Move past. Move past, let it go, let the past be, no longer needs to stick around, because look at all these beautiful cards, right? The Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands and 8. I know sometimes people are like, oh, but it's 8 of Swords, you know? It's all these swords. What am I going to do with it? It just indicates that it's been stagnant in the past. But now you're moving towards something beautiful. It is... You might feel low a little bit towards the end of August, midway through the end of August. You might feel a little low about it, especially because if there's already this energy present inside of you with the 3 of Swords, if heart's been hurting, if grief has been present, hurt, pain, loss, depression, anxiety, you know, all of those emotions have been present. All those things also indicate imbalance in the sacral chakra, the root chakra. So those things perhaps require healing. If you're into healing and meditation, that's something to give focus to and attention to. Because as you focus on those particular areas in your body, it allows them to regain their natural frequency, the natural flow of life. And when that happens, you know, think about a baby. They're naturally just happy, aren't they? Yes, they react, yes, they cry, but why do they cry? It's generally because they want food. No other way to communicate it. But otherwise, they're just happy. They just are. They're just learning and growing. So that's what the 8 of Swords is kind of bringing about as a message. To be your authentic self. Yeah? To be your authentic self, your optimistic self. If you were impatient about something, August will serve well, because now those things are being addressed. Okay? And August is asking you to go ahead. It will bring that spark of energy, creative flow of ideas your way, for you to then acquire that energy with the Ace of Wands and then move forward. Be spontaneous, be determined, take action, take a risk, and go for it. Because it's time to get past this energy right here. So, having talked about that, let me go ahead and show you what else is under the deck. We'll take a look and talk more about these cards in the extended reading. If you're interested, it will provide more of an in-depth message as to what's already present so far. Yeah, and those readings are up for purchase on my website. Link to the website is in the description below. So let's see what we're going to be talking about. Already talked about 3 of Swords and 2 of Swords, and a beautiful sun is here waiting. Wow, that's amazing. So the Sun card and the World. It's going to be a beautiful extended reading for sure. 6 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and King of Wands. Okay, so we'll talk later about that. For now, I feel like using the Enchanted Map Oracle card deck for you and seeing if there's an additional message that wants to come out to help clarify the 10 of Wands as well as the 8 of Swords energy. So here's the deck. I'm going to go ahead, shuffle it for you, and let's see. Okay. All right. Ooh, details, details. We did talk about details and paying attention to the little things. That's what Page of Swords is about. So as you're addressing these issues, if for those of you, this is to do with like paperwork, the legal side of things, before you sign any documents, pay attention to details is what the card is saying. Here you go. Look at the illustration. It's really gorgeous. I'm being attracted to, you know, the fact that you had so many pages show up in your reading, and there is this, all these zodiac signs present here. So there might be a lot of talk, a lot of chat, conversations happening, bringing things into light for you, and you gaining that clarity, right? That clarity. So things are becoming more clear in the month of August. Let's go ahead and read the description for the card. The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. Once again, the most powerful patterns. That brings our focus back to that Ace of Wands that we talked about earlier. This is the time to be aware of the fine prints in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before and not after when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. So that's important, especially with the pages. If this happens for you, that people are talking to you, how they're communicating to you, if it's a meeting that you're attending, conference, seminar, getting involved, networking, right? We've talked about these things before, but perhaps now is the time where it's actually happening in the summer. Then pay attention to the details is what this card is saying. Okay? All right, so last but not the least, we have Magical Times Empowerment cards. You can use these as you like. They provide affirmations, and I am a believer in the law of attraction. So let's go ahead and shuffle the deck for you. Here's the deck, and see what card comes out. Okay. Anticipation. This one really wanted to slide out. Let's take a look. Something wonderful is happening. Change is in the air. Open yourself to blessings on their way. That's beautiful and gorgeous. We saw the Sun card that's under the deck as well. So things are coming into the limelight. Perhaps they're not apparent just as yet because you're feeling the Ten of Wands or will be feeling the Ten of Wands. But remember, remain in this mode of anticipation and know that good things are coming your way and happening for you. Let's get the affirmations ready. Anticipation. Today, I know that something wonderful is going to happen. I will keep my eyes and ears open for the guideposts to these unknown blessings. I give thanks for change and the faith that life is about to get even better than I ever thought possible. Such a gorgeous message for you, Aries. Okay, so that brings us to an end to your reading, Aries. For those of you interested in getting the extended general reading, you can do so on my website. If for those of you interested in a personal reading, perhaps there was a message that came across here but I didn't expand on, but you would like more clarity towards, you're more than welcome to get a personal reading with me. I do offer, in specific, readings on abundance, love, manifestation, as well as chakra healing that I mentioned earlier, which might be of use to you. Okay? You can always email me for more information as well at pureguidancetarot@gmail.com. And lastly, thank you everyone. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I truly do appreciate it, and I wish you a gorgeous August.